migration. For you, how concerned are you about this trend? And do you think that we're giving it all the needed attention?
In relation to why we are gathered here in Abuja for the summit, we have actually come to give it the attention which it requires, especially from the side of the media. Because we have discovered that the media play quite a lot of role in the life and the destiny of migrants in terms of setting up the agenda for policymakers, even in terms of the attractions of migrants, and also the level to which the migrants have that sense of belongingness when they arrive to their countries of destination. And the concern that we have here, which is going to constitute the agenda of our discussions during this summit, is what role has the media to play in helping the situation of the migrants? And we have discovered that each time you hear about migration, especially on Western media, you hear it in a negative sense. You hear headlines like migrants swarm the streets of Britain, migrants flood the streets of Britain, migrants have created 19 no-go areas in Europe, migrants cost the United Kingdom 1 million euros to train them to have manners. You see all that kind of negative headlines coming up, which also affects the situation of migrants. So what we are trying to do at this summit is to see how we're able to teach the men and women of the media what they need to know as regards the reportage of the situation of migrants. And that is the area that we are focusing during this summit, because capacity building is very important. Without the capacity building of media personnel, it will affect the kind of reportage that they give as regards migrants. And the kind of reportage they give as regards migrants also affects the state of migrants, both in terms of their movement out of their countries, in terms of their settlement in their countries of destination.
All right, while we look at this issue contextually now, let's also highlight the dangers. You know, when we talk about migration, a lot of issues come to mind. Of course, a lot of people say there are factors responsible for the huge number or rate of migration we are witnessing in the country, as it were. Several reasons: size of population, the economic climate, and as well as the porous borders. Those are some of the issues that have been highlighted.
Fantastic.
But fundamentally, a lot of people are asking questions as to how does an ordinary Nigeria see emigration? As in, when you talk about migration, how does an ordinary Nigeria see emigration and its consequent issues?
You see, like I said, in my opening remark, I said, one of the quickest ways to have a solution to a challenge is to admit your guilt. Why is it that you have so many Nigerians who are anxious to get out of the shores of this country? Why is it that people suddenly are falling prey of those who are trafficking them? We must first of all address the issue of corporate governance. You must admit the